going to be tying the Perdigon style fly called the Gasolina. I'm going to be tying a little bit different. I prefer the jig style version. It's been very, very effective for me. I come across this fly back in the winter time, I believe, and it was a fly that was tied by George Daniel. If you're into fly fishing, I'm sure you've heard of George at least. Excellent fly fisherman, and I like his style of tying. He ties simple flies, very quick flies. That way he can fill his box faster and be on the water longer. Typically, I do well with size 16. 14 and 18 is about the sizes about the range that I fish. Like I said, this is a jig style hook with a slotted tungsten bead for the tail. I'm going to be using some Coke de Leon. The body material is a product by Hens, and this is the 1/32 size, and the number is PBM 32. This is a olive brown color. 233 is the dark brown color that the Gasolina was originally tied with, and I've been looking for about a year and I've not been able to find it. Everybody's out of stock. Very popular color. But they also have a wide range of colors that work just as good. For thread, I'm going to be using a UTC 70 denier in olive. And I also put a hot spot collar on this fly, and that will just be with fluorescent fire orange 70 UTC thread. So let's get started. I'm just going to take and start behind the bead. And wrap back to almost the bend of the hook. These are barbless hooks that I use, and right where the bend starts and the straight part of the shank is, that's where I stop. Grab some Coke de Leon here. You want to make sure you get the tips lined up. And you want to make it the length of the shank of the hook. Go ahead and tie that in. Wrap your thread forward. And I take and wrap the butts of the Coke de Leon back about halfway. And it creates a extra bump because you're going to want to build this up with thread so you get that tapered body. Go ahead and get a piece of body material. This is just tinsel, like I said, by Hens. And depending on what color of thread you use does change the body color of this fly. I just go ahead and build this up in a taper. Sometimes I'll just take my thread and put it off to the side, and I'll actually put some 140 denier to build the body faster. That way you're not using so much of your smaller thread. It's pretty good. And just take and wrap this forward. You want to try, you don't want any gaps in that body material. Just go ahead and wrap it to the right behind the bead and catch it. Go ahead and clip that off. Now go ahead and grab your whip finish. Throw a whip finish on that. Next, take your hot spot thread. Go ahead and tie that in. Create a hot spot. And this fly is technically done. What I do next is I have some UV Solres. It's the bone. It cures in 10 seconds. It's very, very nice UV epoxy. I'm just going to take and coat that entire body. It's called bone dry, I'm sorry. Make sure you get a nice amount on there. Try to keep it away from that eye. I've had it go in the eye before, and that's a pain. And that is it. That is my version of the Gasolina. Very quick fly to tie, very effective fly. If you like what you saw, please subscribe. And I'm going to try to do some more fly tying tutorials and hopefully get out on the water here soon. It's fall time. Hunting season and fishing season kind of conflict, so I try to make the best of both worlds. But until next time, tie some flies, go fishing, have some fun. Thanks for watching.